Hello, 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 beloved souls, and happy, thriving, and healthy Thursday. So, Mercury's still in retrograde, right? We're still releasing, we're still healing, we're still shifting, we're still getting triggered. So, a lot of stuff still coming up. So, I wanted to pull Soul's Journey card and just go through some healing and maybe some tapping. I got some pretty intense downloads, so I want to see what comes up for you guys and which points I'm going to address today on the video. Thank you to my team of life for being here with the collective. Let's tap into healing energies. Okay. Loneliness. Wow, it's a big one. I know that I'm never alone, right? This energy of oneness and connectivity has been coming up a lot lately, right? As we move into the age of Aquarius, which is about partnerships and communications, and just really like community and really like working together, right? A lot of people are super independent and used to doing things on their own all the time. So now it's a matter of knowing that you're not alone. And even though some of us are going through healing, and as you go through your dark night of the soul, and as you're growing and evolving, right, some of those relationships that you've had will no longer be with you to where you're going, right? And so that process can feel really isolating. It can feel really alone. But this is just a reminder from the Most High and from your team of light that you're never alone, right? You have angels, you have your ancestors, you have spirit guides, you have your galactic star family, you have all these beings in the ethers that are here with you as well. And knowing that also, it's time for you to call in your soul tribe. Like, bring people into my life that are going to support my dreams, support my vision, support my purpose, support this new version of me, right? The person that I'm becoming, like bring people into my life that are going to support those dreams and those visions. So that's really important now, right? To look, bottom of the deck, friendship, right? Another reminder that you're not alone in this, you know? So call in your soul tribe. See what else comes out. Okay, popper. Acceptance. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. Part of that is that feeling of isolation, like these relationships are over, right? Or that part of my life is over and it's done with, right? Like if you're moving on to a greater version of yourself and you're losing people in the interim, some people are not going to be okay with that new version of you. And you have to be okay with the fact that not everybody is going to love this new version of you, right? Not everyone's going to love you being empowered. Not everyone's going to love you being filled with light. Like, not everyone's gonna love the fact that you're loving yourself, right? You'd be surprised how many people enjoy and benefit from the fact that you don't set boundaries, that you don't completely love and honor and respect yourself, which is sad, but it is true, unfortunately. See what else we got. It's also an acceptance of yourself, right? Loving yourself, fully falling in love with yourself, like looking at yourself and looking at the different avenues that you've taken, looking at the different choices you've made, looking at the different aspects of your life, your health, your wealth, your mind, your friendships, your work relationships, like your intimate relationships, your relationship with yourself, like looking at all these different avenues of your life and looking and being like, all right, am I good? Like you're the center of the wheel, right? So it's time to look at all the spokes and make sure that they're all clear and they're working properly, because if one thing is off, the wheel's not going to be turning properly, right? So you want to make sure that everything is good, everything is flowing correctly, and that you're happy with all you're seeing. So as your life is cyclically moving around, it's not a shit show. You know what I mean? Because you know what's going on in all the different avenues of your life. And the things that aren't working well, then you know what needs a little bit of extra attention, right? And focus. What popped out? Regret. I know that I cannot change the past, right? Again, that goes with that acceptance card. You need to be good where you're at, right? Like wherever that is. If it's a challenging day, then you need to be okay with the fact that you had a challenging day, right? It's a challenging day. It's probably a challenging moment within the day, but if you decided to run with it, then it became a challenging day, right? It was a moment. That's what life is always. It's a series of moments, right? And sometimes we just hold on to those moments a lot longer than we need to. Regret is a wasted energy, right? Shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's too late. It's time to move on, right? You didn't. You didn't or you did for whatever reason. You did or you didn't for whatever reason. So from that point, since you already made that choice, all right, that's the choice you made. Moving on. What's next? You made the choice to either do something or you made the choice not to do something. There's no point in sitting here harboring regret and letting it be embodied in your system and feeling guilty about it and making yourself sick and then causing some type of real true illness to manifest in your life. You don't need to do that. It's time to let it go, right? Let bygones be bygones. Like let shit go. Yeah, you can make better choices. Maybe there are some things that you're not super proud about. Okay? But accept the fact that you did it at then, from where you were at then, and this is where you're at now, right? Like we evolve, we move forward. The decisions I made as a teenager, I'm not going to make the same decisions as an adult. If I am, then I didn't learn anything, right? And that was a waste of my fucking life. One would hope that you're not just like going through the emotions every day, but that you're actually learning, growing, and evolving, right? That you are better today than you were yesterday. You know a little bit more. You're not going to know everything, but you know a little bit more. You're doing a little bit better than you were before, right? And so that's with that's with everything, just seeing where you're at and being like, okay, you know, coulda, woulda, shoulda is not going to change anything. It literally is not. The past is gone. The past is gone. The past is gone. It is a stealer of the present. The past is gone. Let it go. Let it lay where it lays. What are you doing right now? What are you doing right now? Because this is manifesting your future for tomorrow. So what are you doing right now to have that awesome tomorrow that you really want? Are you going to sit here and keep holding on to your pains and your traumas, or are you going to let it go? I had an image shown to me of a photo album, right? And as we look through the photo album, you see these different pictures, see different aspects of your life. And many of us have a photo album of our pains and our traumas, right? We like to flip through the book and, oh God, I remember that. It feels like it happened yesterday. And we relive these moments over and over and over and over and over again until they become our lives. They went from being a moment to a day to a lifetime of pain and suffering. It went from a moment. And I'm not like dismissing the things that you've gone through, right? Because some of our traumas weren't a solitary moment. Some of our traumas took place over years, right? In relationships where you should have been safe and you should have been protected and you should have been nurtured and it wasn't there, right? Many people have dealt with traumas within their households, right? From their parents, from their siblings, from other people in their family, again, people that are supposed to keep them safe and nurtured, and they were the violators. They were the ones that hurt them the most. I'm not dismissing that. I'm saying today, where you're at right now, is not there, right? That pain, that suffering, that bullshit and fucked upness, and that trauma and that drama and all that stuff, and all the people that did you wrong, then they did it. Yes, they did. Fucking awful. Awful, awful, awful. Especially when you're going through things as a child, and you don't understand it, and you just, children are selfish. They think the whole world revolves around them, right? And so every pain and suffering, they feel like it is their fault. And then we take that with us into adulthood. So we have this photo album of our pains and our traumas, and we're looking through it. We're flipping through it regularly. We're going back to these moments. Yeah, I remember such and such. I remember that day, and it feels like it just happened. And it feels like it just happened. And we keep looking at the picture, and we keep doing that to ourselves. We keep looking at the picture and making it feel like it just happened. And so our body's in like fight or flight mode. Our body's like traumatized. Our body is anxious. Our body's all tense, right? We're in pain. We're suffering. We're having unhealthy relationships. We can't hold a job. Where our finances, we might be up and then we're down. Like our weight is in and out. Like it's just so many parts of our aspects of us because we keep looking through the photo album of our pains and our traumas. We keep holding on to these pictures as if they're memories worth keeping when they're not. Those pains, those sufferings, and although they did contribute to who you are now, are not you, right? They were things that might have happened to you, around you, but they're not you. They're not you. And so I empower you to take your photo album and I empower you to look at the picture and I empower you to pull it out and I empower you to tear it up. Tear up that picture. Tear it up. Take it, and rip it apart. Take it, put a flame to it, get a match, fucking burn that shit, light it up. Do what you have to do in your mind's eye to get that out. It was a moment. It's not you. It was a moment. It was a fucked up moment. And it was a fucked up situation. And how dare anyone hurt you like that? How dare anyone hurt a child? How dare anyone hurt you? How dare the people that say they love you turn around and beat you and hurt you and steal from you and lie to you over and over and over again? And then turn around and tell you they love you and turn around and do it again. How dare they be so fucking selfish and just hurt you? And how dare they never apologize, right? How dare they never even own up to it? How dare they never take accountability? Guess what? More than likely they won't. If you spend your life waiting for an apology from someone that you feel may have hurt you, you'll probably spend the rest of your life waiting. Don't let your life pass you by because you're waiting for someone to acknowledge their fuckery. Don't let life keep you stagnant in hopes of somebody else's healing, right? Because 9 times out of 10, if the person is going through that or has been that victimizer to you, it's from where they were at a very unhealed space. And again, I'm not dismissing or saying that that makes it okay. It doesn't make it okay. But when you realize that people are doing the best from where they're at and that a lot of our victimizers were victims as well, and they're hurt. They're hurt, I hate the statement, hurt people hurt people. However, unhealed hurt people do still hurt people, right? That is an acknowledgement of where you're at. Because if you're hurting someone and you're realizing, if you've been hurt before and you realize that it hurts and it sucks, you don't want to recreate that for someone else, right? So unless you're just like not accepting that and you're not even acknowledging what that was, or you don't see it as a as a hurt because you have a really distorted perception of love, then you're gonna go out and recreate that fucked upness, right? You go out and then you become the abuser, you become the liar, you become the thief, you become everything that you hated by not honoring and acknowledging and seeing things for the truth of what they are. There were moments in your life that it's time to let go. Throat chakra, you need to speak your truth. You need to speak your truth. There's so many of you that are holding on to this pain. And I'm not saying call up somebody and go flip out. I'm saying like maybe dial a friend. I'm saying maybe it's time to journal the story out. I'm saying maybe it's time to like look yourself in the mirror and be like, I am so sorry that I didn't show up for you. I'm so sorry that I stayed when I shouldn't have. I'm so sorry that I felt weak. I'm so sorry that I was scared. I'm so sorry that I let myself get to this point. I'm so sorry that I am not loving myself. Like, start with the conversation with yourself, maybe. Forgive yourself. Offer yourself forgiveness. Learn to accept the forgiveness from yourself. Offer those that have hurt you forgiveness, and you don't have to contact them. I'm saying you can write it out. I choose to offer forgiveness for anyone in my life that has ever hurt me, whether consciously or unconsciously in this lifetime or any other. I choose to accept forgiveness from anyone that I may have hurt, consciously or unconsciously, in this lifetime or any other lifetime. I choose to. Sorry, I'm shaking. I feel an overwhelming amount of like grief and sadness coming up right now. Forgiveness is not for the people that hurt you. And I feel that. I feel your fear. I feel your frustration. I feel your anger. I feel the resentment you feel for that. But it's not about them. This is all about you. This has nothing to do with them. This forgiveness, this offering of forgiveness to them is for you. This receiving forgiveness from anyone you may have even hurt, that's for you, right? This asking for forgiveness, right, from anyone that you may have hurt, consciously or unconsciously, in this lifetime or any other, that just the forgiveness and grace, right? Because it's for you. It's to get the poison out of your body. It's to allow you to go through the photo album of your life and not see that picture anymore, right? Or if you do see it, it doesn't hurt. You can think back on the moment and realize that I'm safe right here where I'm at right now. And that was really fucked up. But I'm not that kid anymore. I'm not that girl anymore. I'm not that boy anymore. I'm not that man anymore. I'm not that woman anymore. I'm not that person anymore. And that's not me anymore. This is where I'm at now. And I'm not going to allow that shit to happen again. And I'm going to protect myself. I'm going to protect my loved ones too, right? You're in a different place. You're empowered now. And if you're not, you're moving into it. You're being supported right now to heal, to look at these things, and see where you're at. You're here now, present, safe in your body. Feel your body, right? I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm not in danger. I'm okay. I'm here right now. And that's a fucked up thought, and I hate it, but I'm here and I'm okay. And that hurt and it really sucked, but I'm here right now and I'm okay and I'm stronger because of it. And that's not me. I'm not a fucking victim. And I'm not gonna let anyone else hurt me. And that behavior is not okay and it's not cool. And I'm not gonna walk around perpetuating that behavior too, right? I'm not gonna be the asshole that I hate. I'm not gonna be the bitch that I couldn't stand. I'm not gonna be the ruthless boss. I'm not gonna be the toxic parent. I'm not gonna be the negligent, father or mother. Like I'm not gonna be that. I'm gonna be the one that shows up. I'm gonna be the one that stops the pain. I'm gonna be the one that breaks the chain. I'm gonna be the one to, break those curses. Like I'm gonna be the one. And it might hurt for me to look at these albums and look at these photos and yeah, I don't want to see it anymore. Maybe I'm going to leave the picture in there so it's a reminder that I never want to go back to that. Or maybe I'm going to take the picture out because it hurts too much. I'm going to burn it and I'm going to let them know, fuck you, you've lost all your power. This is my power and I'm claiming it right now, right? I claim all my power from all people, places, things, directions, time, spaces, realms, reality, star systems, right? Right now, right now, right now. Reclaim your power and your sovereignty. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. You are a child of the Most High God. And there is no trauma and pain in God's divine universe. That is a distortion of some fucked up human being and a fucked up human scenario that you can release right now and give it back into love and know that you are sovereign and that was not you. It was a moment. It is not you. It was a moment. It was a moment. And that moment doesn't have to be a day, and that moment definitely does not have to be your lifetime. And it might be scary to let that shit go because we're so used to holding on to our traumas and our pains that they feel like a part of us, right? We almost feel like we don't even know what it would be like to not be hurt. We don't know what it's like to not lash out, to be defensive, we don't know what that's like because we've never known that before. And it's scary and it's foreign, but it's freeing. And the cross gets off your back and you can sleep a little bit better and life looks a little bit differently. And life starts showing up for you a little bit differently because you're showing up a little bit differently for yourself, right? So I challenge you to take the photo album out of your life, the pain and trauma album that you've been carrying around with you for so long. And I challenge you to look at those photos one at a time and say, that was then, this is now, you can't harm me. I learned the lesson, you can't hurt me anymore. Not anymore. All right? I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. And I'll see you guys soon. Later.